Hello and welcome to the False 90s podcast. For the first time in 9 months, we are back and, well, better than ever, I hope. And in the week where Celtic have returned from Dubai, for some reason they went there, we start again with the pod. So today with me, I have Marcus and I have Kyle.
All right.
Hello, how you doing?
So where should we start today then?
Well, it's been a while, so there's a lot to cover in there.
Aye.
Yeah, well, we thought when we last did the pod that there'd only be a few games cancelled, it'd only be a few weeks. Here we are 9 months later.
Aye. No, been a while. It's so we're starting out halfway through the season, but
It's January, so it kind of counts as a new
just
time, I think.
Oh, technically it's past halfway.
yeah,
We're almost there.
almost. Probably can't. Oh, until it's cancelled again.
Better not be.
Well, the league itself is almost pretty much wrapped up, I'd say.
Yeah.
No. I'm refusing to say that. I am refusing to say it because for some reason I think I'll jinx it completely. So I'm not saying that the league's not over till it's over. That's all I'm saying.
21 points clear. Celtic only have 3 games in hand. If they make up those, it's just going to be
12.
They are playing Livy though, and they tend to struggle against Livy. So
That'll be a difficult game for them. It
yeah.
really will be.
They play them home and away in like the next. Well, that's if
play them on Saturday and then play them away on Wednesday.
That's if the game goes ahead, because games at Livy haven't been going ahead recently.
Which is strange, given they've got the plastic pitch.
All weather pitch.
All weather pitch again. Yeah, I was going to watch that game yesterday as well, because obviously it affects us. You know, a team could either gain points on us or Aberdeen could have gone ahead. But it's probably better it's been cancelled, because we can just kind of focus on the game Saturday and look to catching Aberdeen.
Yeah, but well, anyway. Hibs do have. So Aberdeen do have 2 games in hand on Hibs and are 2 points in front. But they're in a form which is kind of all over the place.
Yeah, they're weird. I mean, I fancy them at Pittodrie. Like, they've been putting teams aside at Pittodrie, but they just don't look decent away, which is kind of the opposite of us. I don't know what's happening at Easter Road, but we just can't seem to beat anybody at Easter Road. And then
I think it's because the fans aren't there. That's probably. I think that's a problem with every kind of home team at the moment. The fans aren't there to cheer them on, and then the away team get the upper hand.
I wouldn't say so for me. I would say, well, especially for the position that we're sitting in right now, I would think I wouldn't want the fans back too quickly. I'm quite happy with how we're sitting currently.
See, for us, I think Jack Ross's formation, or the way he sets up his team, suits playing away more, because we play better against teams that come out against us and play rather than play a low block. So
yeah, do you not have like a really good away?
We're fantastic away this season. Like the one season I'm not going to away games as well.
This season, away from home, Hibs have won 7, drawn 2, lost 3, which is second. If they just take away results, that's second in the league. If you take home results, Hibs drop to 6th with 3 wins, 5 draws, and 3 losses.
We've won at places we usually struggle as well. We've won at Tannadice, won at Rugby Park, won at Livy. Got on a draw at Celtic Park just the past game. You know, it's been a good record away, but we need to sort out the home form starting Saturday. But
yeah,
go on.
So I've definitely been impressed with Hibs this season. I definitely think they use. I hope they use finish above Aberdeen anyway.
Yeah, and Celtic, of course.
I mean, I hope you do, but
yeah,
I don't know. You don't never know what's going to happen in the next couple of months of the season. Celtic could drop loads of points. You could get loads of points. We could even drop points. You never know.
I reckon you'll get beat once this season. Just kind of see us going.
We'll probably drop silly points. We usually do.
Yeah.
We'll probably get a couple draws and then probably lose 1 this season.
Should we start with the fixtures for last weekend then?
Yeah, we can start with last weekend, which started with Kilmarnock beating Hamilton 2-0 at home, and St Mirren drawing 1-1 with Motherwell. Aberdeen lost 2-1 at home to Rangers. Livingston beat Ross County 3-1, and the big game on Monday night, Celtic 1, Hibs 1. I think we should start with the Celtic game, given that the whole situation surrounding it's
Oh yeah,
pretty screwed
Yeah.
up.
we can get this out of the way quickly as possible. So, well, we should talk about the Dubai situation then. Focus on the game, just so it's out of the way, I guess, because we kind of have to go over it. Yeah, so I think I'm quite happy that a lot of Celtic fans seem to agree that it's an embarrassing situation for the club to be in. If that was my club, it's just so shameful. Like,
The fact that they've been named and shamed by Nicola Sturgeon as well is a sign at which they really shouldn't have done it. And the kind of apology video that was put out early on in the week didn't really cover anything.
no, I feel like I've not seen the video, but from what I've heard, Peter Laurel just kind of went over things that had already been said. It didn't really clear up anything. It was just kind of so he could show face. And also the one comment that everyone's kind of talking about is we've been affected more by this pandemic than any other club. Like, that's absolute nonsense. I mean, I know I didn't hold back making fun of Hearts over the summer, definitely. But even from their point of view, like, they've been really badly affected. They got, in their words, demoted. Partick Thistle probably in a worse situation because they had a game in hand and could have gone ahead in the championship. So,
and League
probably
One as well, Falkirk and I think Raith Rovers were both going for that
Exactly.
title, and then Falkirk couldn't go up. And as well now, League One and League Two have been totally suspended. So
yeah, and I think Partick Thistle put out a statement about that. They were raging because they felt that they, as a club, had the facilities to continue to test their players and keep playing, but yet they couldn't play any football. So, no, it's really arrogant, I think, for Celtic to come out with that. And even, Greenock Morton, I'm quite worried about them because all I'm hearing is that they're really close to
going under.
Yeah, exactly. So how can the rich, probably the rich, I don't know exactly the finances with them and Rangers, but the most privileged right now club in Scotland come out and say that we've been affected more than any other. It just seems like utter deflection. I think probably Lawwell knows that that's a rubbish statement, but he thinks it'll either get the fans on side, or which it hasn't, obviously, because I think even Celtic fans know that that's rubbish.
Or it'll cover his back, kind of thing.
Yeah, but it's not worked that way. It's just made the arrogance, and also, like, they have an attitude that, like, even Kennedy saying that we may have made minor infringements on the rules. Like, they're so sure of themselves that they won't get punished for breaking the rules, pretty much.
And they haven't been really.
Yeah, they've got away with a slap on the wrist. Another thing that really annoyed me, I was fine with the whole situation. Like the Dubai, like during the week when they were away in Dubai and the pictures came out, I just thought, oh, they've made a bit of a fool of themselves. But then the Sunday and the Monday, it really, I kind of snapped a wee bit because the whole thing with Julien being the player that was injured and was on a training camp, that doesn't make any sense. He's the one who caught COVID.
Yeah.
They then had injury. And I don't know if you've read our statement, Sam Hibb's statement that we made on the Monday.
No, I haven't. No, I didn't read that.
I read it.
Yeah. So I cannot believe, like, so the SPFL, they've been, quick to hand out punishments to Killie and St Mirren for like lesser infringements, still infringements, but a lot lesser than what Celtic did. And in the end, their attitude with Hibs was, if you refuse to play the fixture on the grounds that your players will be at risk, we will dock points. The wording they used wasn't, we'll award the points for this game to Celtic. They were going to dock us points, which meant, potentially awarding Celtic the points and also, docking us points we already had, which is ridiculous. We're the team being punished for their
indiscretion, of them going over to Dubai, getting a player who was injured, taking a player who was injured, and then that player getting COVID, coming back, infecting 13, well, not infecting, but putting 13 others at risk who had to isolate, and
putting us at risk. And even it's blackmail. It's complete blackmail to say, you have to fulfill this fixture or we'll exact this punishment on you. It's just, you couldn't get a clear example of them protecting Celtic from any consequences. And what's more is the bit that said, if there are any COVID cases because of this, we will take it into account with your semi-final. I mean, how is that okay? I mean, they're entrusted with keeping clubs safe, or setting the ground rules which will prevent COVID from spreading around clubs, and their attitude is, oh well, if you catch it, we'll take it into account in the future. I mean, that's not only disrespectful to Hibs, but if we go into that semi-final with COVID cases and need it to be rescheduled, that also affects St Johnstone. I mean, they have a schedule as well, and that's all put out of order because of Celtic, and they get away, like I said, just with a wee slap on the wrist. And they may have made minor infringements, but that doesn't make sense at all to me. So
yeah, back to the punishment. Giving you the option for that. So for saying like, if you don't play it, trying to protect your players, because of Celtic had a Wally Nally Swally in Dubai.
Yeah.
The joke. It's just straight up SPFL. SPFL need to actually get themselves sorted. Because it's all. I know you probably both say they're protecting the old firm, which they are to a degree. But that is a complete and utter joke on next level.
Yeah, and also, talking with a few of my Jambo mates, they've been sympathetic with the situation, but there's also been an element of "I told you so," because I can't say straight face to them, "Oh, our club was dealt with in a disrespectful manner," and they come out with, "Well, you think your situation's bad. Look what happened to us in the summer." As much as I make fun of them for it, you can agree with the fact that Hearts were treated with utter contempt from the SPFL during the summer. I have to say that. Even Partick Thistle. I mean, it's all just
shambles.
Yeah, a shambles, exactly. So yeah, so that's the Dubai situation over with. So in terms of the game, I think a lot of people have fallen into the mentality that we were playing a reserve Celtic team. Even
itself, it wasn't that much.
No,
like if you look at the team, it didn't seem too weak in a way.
No, exactly. Even a lot of our own fans have fallen into the trap of thinking, "Oh, this is we should be
thumping 4 or 5 past them," kind of thing.
Exactly. Even after the game, so many Hibs fans online, "Oh, we should be embarrassed with ourselves. Ross is going for a draw." Like, no, like. What? So if we go with the logic, they had 8 players who started the cup final against Hearts. So for a cup final, they're going to try and squad, or field the strongest squad they can, right? So there's still 8 out of 11 players who they consider starters.
They had 4 players that you wouldn't class as their starting 11. So they had Connor Hazard in goals. They had Welsh, Johnston, and then they had Cameron Harper up front as well.
Yeah,
that's exactly. 4 players out of their starting 11.
That's a minor rotation. That's a squad rotation. If Hibs were to rotate 4 players out of the squad, say we rotated Porteous, Boyle, Nisbet, and Newell out the squad, right? 4 starters. If we were playing a championship team, or even like a St Mirren or Ross County at home, team further down the table, and if we rotate our squad slightly, would Ross County fans then say, "Oh, it's embarrassing if we don't beat Hibs"? No, like that's not. It's not an embarrassment at all to come away from that game with a draw.
I mean, on the face of it, not considering what's gone on, a draw at Celtic Park isn't half bad.
That's a good result. To get anything from Celtic Park is a good result. I even say that.
Yeah, definitely. Even we were even the better team over the 90. We could easily have gotten something.
Yeah, in fact, there's more shots, more chances created, more corners.
We had 20 touches in their box over the 90 to their 7. I mean, I'm a strong believer. Like, stats don't obviously tell the full story. I mean, the whole XG thing as well. I know that's people don't. It's kind of hard to wrap your head around. I guess XG. I don't think XG tells the full story as well, because if it's expected, then teams don't always score expected amounts of goals or whatever. So, but still, like the stats do say we were the team on top. I never really felt like Celtic were going to score at all. First half they had a few long shots. Macy was really impressive for his debut. I was never really worried. It was just with them, you're always going to get a wee moment of quality. They've got players that are too good.
You've got players who have got that kind of thing in their locker who can just whip out something and get a goal or two.
No, Turnbull is a quality player, and he took his free kick really well. But I've noticed that a lot from Celtic this season. Lennon's not really had a tactic. He's just kind of relied on his players to provide individual moments, like Ryan Christie's goal in the cup final against Hearts, that kind of thing. So no, but fair play to us as well for having the mentality to come back and get a draw, even if it was gifted to us by Duffy. Yeah, nice finish from Nisbet.
Yep. It was a very good free kick from Turnbull. You can't take out how good that free kick was.
Yeah,
I've seen better, but it was still a very good free kick. No. But Nisbet's goal on a plate, but even that, it wasn't really on a plate because all the players were on the line. There was loads of players on the line. If that went, he took it really well and rifled it in the top net, which is hard for the players to jump for.
Yeah,
so fair play for Nisbet, and that makes him level with Tavernier now, is it?
Yeah, they're both
goals. Yeah.
So
fair play. I like Nisbet. I do like Nisbet as a player. I really do. I think he'll go well in the game. Where did you sign him from? Is it from Dunfermline or something?
Dunfermline, yeah.
Dunfermline, yeah. Good signing.
Yeah, Nisbet and Tavernier are both at the top with 11, and then Kemar Roofe with 10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't realise Kemar Roofe was up that high, actually.
Aye.
You know,
he's been on fire recently, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Effective top 10, there's 3 Rangers players in it.
Well, they're the top scorers in the league easily, aren't they? So.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's not like we've had like a Pacific goal scorer. It's been all over the pitch, which is just a kind of a good thing.
One of the top goal scorers in the league.
Yep.
Says that.
Yeah. I guess that's a good segue to talk about the Rangers game then. So Kyle.
Yeah. So obviously Aberdeen 1, Rangers 2. Could have been a better result for us, but then again, got to Pataudry, you're always going to be a difficult game up there. But no, we had a very good starting 11. Obviously missing our some of our key midfielders, so like the likes of Ryan Jack and who else am I missing? Ryan Jack and Arfield as well. So yeah, obviously probably talking point is the red card. I think there should have been 2 red cards in the game. I think Curtis Mains was an absolute shocking decision from Beaton, because he lifted the leg. It was a pure like when you like try and kneecap somebody. That's what it was like did to Barisic.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of that?
I've seen the highlights back. I don't know if Sam has.
No, I haven't. No.
Yeah. So what I'll say, yeah, that Curtis Main should have been sent off. I mean, if you've not seen it, Sam, he basically like ninja kicked him, like Kyle said, like he went.
Gapped him almost.
Yeah. So that's I don't know how he got away with that.
But 3 minutes later, he got taken off.
I reckon that's to protect him.
Yeah, because even McInnes knew that was a red.
Oh yeah, but we know what Aberdeen are like. You know, they're not they're no shrinking violets, are they?
So the Hedges incident as well, where Hedges got sent off in the 26th minute, was obviously Alfredo was running in, through on goal. Hedges took him, clipped him, and obviously the rules of the game, the laws of the game says that's a red card. No complaints for that.
Clear goal scoring opportunity.
Yeah.
Has to be, doesn't it?
Well,
yeah.
I look back at it and I think Morales dived. I think he's
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's my contentious opinion for the day. No, well, maybe not contentious.
So let's if that happened to you, Marcus. If that was you, if Morales was in your team, you'd be shouting for a penalty and a red card.
Team maybe, but if my player's dived, then he's dived, doesn't he?
It's not a dive though. He clipped him. Clipped him on the leg.
I tried to look back at the recording. I don't think enough contact for him.
There wasn't much contact, but the laws of the game, if as soon as you can make contact on a goal scoring opportunity, it's a red card.
Oh well, I mean, under that logic, you know, I think it was Johnson had a really blatant dive on Monday night, and oh well, there's a whole. It's a really hard thing to officiate as well, because the rules say it's only a booking if there's intent to deceive with a dive, which, you know, like if you don't book it, if the referee doesn't give a penalty, then, you know, if it's not a penalty, then what's he gone down for? You know, you're surely booking him for a dive, but they don't always give it, so it's a hard thing to officiate, I guess.
The thing is as well, is even if there's a little bit of contact, it kind of gives the players an opportunity to go down, no matter how little contact there was, because you want to make the most of it. Because if there is a tiny bit of contact and you don't go down, that's not going to get caught.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah,
Yeah, there wasn't like it was contact on his I think it was his ankle.
yeah.
Yeah, when he was about to pull the trigger. So you could see if it was any other, if it was like a tackle or something, possibly couldn't have been a red card. But I definitely thought it was, and I do like Ryan Hedges as a player. I think he's a great player. I like to see him at Rangers.
Best win this season for Aberdeen.
Yeah, he's out of contract. I think a lot of Aberdeen players are out of contract coming up soon.
Oh,
So yeah.
I think.
But yeah, back to the game though. So obviously Tavernier took the penalty. You would expect Tavernier to go and finish it. He didn't. That was the first penalty miss this season that he has, which is quite unfortunate. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Huh. I thought he'd missed one more.
No, you would expect Tavernier to go and finish that.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, he didn't. I don't know what happened. I thought it was in. I jumped up thinking it was in, but he put it well wide.
He's so confident in Tavernier, I guess.
Well, you kind of need to be your captain. You expect your captain to go up and take that and finish his dinner, but it's just.
As fans watching the game though, like you've got such a strong penalty taker. Like we, I don't know. For us, it's always nervy. I mean, Sam, I don't know if you remember, but we've missed some really important penalties recently, especially against Hearts.
Yeah.
Not only in that semi-final, but I think it was 2 seasons ago where McNulty missed that penalty against Hearts as well.
Yeah,
so,
the thing is, Hibs don't have a strong play you can kind of rely on for penalties in situations.
I mean, right now, I'd say Nisbet's probably our strongest taker, but last few seasons, I don't know really. Scott Allen, I guess, is a decent taker, but no, like Tavernier, just even from free kicks, like he seems to score a ridiculous amount of free kicks as well. Like, it's really he's as a player, like he's so efficient.
And a lot of people last season were slagging Tavernier.
Yeah,
and Gerrard as well at that point. But you've got to give players time, especially if they're coming from down south or from anywhere that don't really know the Scottish game. The Scottish game is completely different to most. It's really physical, and you need to know your stuff. Like, so obviously it took players a while, like the likes of Aribo. It took Barisic a while to get used to the Scottish game as well. There's obviously Tavernier, and there's still a lot of players that are still. Yeah. So I know, but Tavernier went through spells of where he was good, obviously in the Championship as well. But then there's some. It's just Tavernier's recently been quite inconsistent, but I think this season, along with the team, I've got a bit of consistency back. To the team.
Do you reckon it's the team? The team is better, so it's making Tavernier better, or Tavernier's becoming more consistent, so it's making the team better?
Yeah. Obviously, like having a strong team is going to impact every player. Having a strong team, so the likes from the goalkeeper having a strong back four, and then obviously your defence starts from your strikers. So yeah, obviously have a completely strong team with the likes of Roof, Kent, who's not been on top form, but he's still causing issues in games to oppositions. Like Haji
as well.
Yeah, that's him not in his top form. It just tells you everything really. But Haji's got a good form recently as well. He did well when he came on against them. Obviously Aribo's starting to play a game now as well, so obviously it does help that if the players are good enough round you, you'll gain confidence of that as well.
What Rangers this season is the strength in depth as well.
Definitely.
Like
we actually have a squad now.
Yeah, definitely. Because
I know what you've been saying to me directly, Marcus, is your team get tired quite a lot.
Exactly. We just don't have the depth. Which is something we're trying to build on this window. But when you've got a team like Rangers that, like, you can rotate and still have so much confidence in the players you bring in. Like, if it's Jack that's starting, you can, you've got Stephen Davis in midfield. You've got Kamara. You've got Haji. You've got Arfield. So.
So the players we had on the bench against Aberdeen were like Sabasi, Helander, Defoe, Itten, Zungu, Patterson, who's really good, showing really good signs. Obviously, the man himself, Mr. Brandon Barker, Greg Stewart, and obviously the goalkeeper as well, McLaughlin. So that's still a really strong bench.
What's good about your bench is you've got game changers in that, like Zungo looks like a big game changer. He brings a lot of dynamism to the midfield. Brandon Barker as well, a lot of pace.
A lot of pace, yeah.
Whereas with
Stewart
us,
as well.
Definitely, Roof. I mean, you've got three brilliant strikers. I mean, if you're playing a one up top, you can bring off Morelos, bring on Roof or Defoe. I think the problem with us as well, like we lack depth, but also like the players we do have in depth aren't game changers. I mean, most of the time on the bench, we've got like Darren McGregor. If we're starting Doig, it'll be Lewis Stevenson on the bench, Stephen Bradley, Jamie Gullen. I mean, these are all either like older players or younger players that you can't really rely on to make a difference.
Yeah.
So we don't have game changers on that can necessarily come on and make a difference. But hopefully that'll change with Jackson Irvin coming in, Chris Cadden, and hopefully a few more, but hopefully not Kyle Lafferty. I've seen today, but yeah.
I think that's a good segue to get into transfers that have happened in the Premiership so far. There's only been a few big ones, as Marcus mentioned, about Jackson Irvine coming on a free to Hibs.
He's already my favourite player just because of his Instagram. He's such a cool guy. He's a cool cat.
And he's got a tattoo of Mo from The Simpsons, which I think is really cool.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and what's the guy's name? I don't really watch The Simpsons, but the one of the writers or the writer of The Simpsons like put up a tweet saying go to the high bees, so I get on the guy.
Because he's an Australian international. He was a free agent, but he was at Hull, who didn't have a good season last season. But
yeah,
he has got a bit of pedigree. I think this is quite a bit of a coup for Hibs.
Definitely, it really seems that way. If he's an English Championship quality player, then yeah, I mean, he's also not only that, but we're talking about players that don't know the league coming up here. I mean, he's played here before. He's played like I know he was on contract at Celtic. He didn't play for them, but he was on loan at Killie in Ross County and played plenty of games for them too. So, player who knows the league. He's got experience at a higher level as well. So there's a few things that can go wrong with it though. My only two concerns are we've already got quite a stacked midfield. So we've got Hallberg, Gogic, Newell, Stephen McGinn, Stevie Mallon, McGuinness, who I keep forgetting plays for us because he's always injured, So we've got all these midfielders. So either I think one's going to be going on the way out, or maybe Jack Ross sees us playing a 3 in midfield going forward. Hopefully a 3-5-2. I think that would quite work with the midfielders we have. And the other thing is he's actually not played a competitive game since March. So I think this is why he's on a short deal now, because he's maybe picking up fitness. We don't know necessarily if we're going to see the best of him for the next few months, but hopefully we do. Hopefully he comes on, makes a difference, and ties down.
Yeah, the last game we played was on the 7th of March in a 5-1 loss to Stoke. So
not a. Oh well, I mean, I don't know. He's gotten rave reviews from everything I've seen so far. So yeah, we'll see how he does in a green and white jersey.
Yeah, so Hibs have also been busy in this January window. They've also signed Matt Macy from Arsenal on a free transfer. Just another young goalkeeper who's...
Well, he's 26. I don't know.
Well, young in terms of goalkeepers.
Yeah.
That we picked up. I think it's a decent signing, especially with Marciano still off injured. I think it's...
impressive as well on Monday, like I said, so...
How long is Marciano out for?
So Jack Ross said it would only be another 2-3 weeks, but I think just because we don't know the situation yet, I think that's why.
Yeah.
We've obviously recalled Dabrowski as well, so we still have 2 fit goalkeepers in around the squad in case he's out for longer. As well, with the semi-final coming up, you can never be too careful.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, and the only other kind of signing we can talk about now with Hibs is Chris Cadden. It's not official yet, unless anything's happened in the last sort of half hour. But I don't know if you've seen anything, Sam, about this. But I've seen it was.
I've seen about this one, yeah.
Yeah. I've seen it was held up because there was a bit of discussion between Columbus Crew and Motherwell apparently they were due compensation or something. I don't know, something to do with the contract. And even though he'd already agreed terms with Hibs and passed the medical, so I think we're kind of just waiting on that issue to sort itself out before we announce him possibly. But who knows? I mean, with Twitter, it's like, I don't know. You can never rely on Twitter news really, 100%. So we'll see. He could end up in an Aberdeen top tomorrow, most likely. So we'll see.
Yeah, there were Chris Kahn from Columbus Crew. It would be a good signing. Obviously, I haven't watched him play in America, but he has good pedigree playing in the past for Motherwell. So
and in League One in England for Oxford. So
exactly, yeah. So
yeah, I don't know if he played much in the MLS, but it's definitely a league that's improving. I think it's a decent standard, especially.
According to Wikipedia, he's only played 8 league games since 2019, but obviously you have to take into account that the league had stopped for a number of months because of the pandemic.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe another player along with Irvin who needs to pick up fitness. Maybe is something a bit worrying because we've also got. I mean, we already have a squad that's got plenty of injuries right now, so maybe a concern. But if Jack Ross thinks that, I still trust Ross with his signings. I think most of his signings so far have been excellent. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
I feel like only weeks ago that you were slagging Jack Ross, Marcus.
Was I slagging Jack Ross?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I think it was off the back of that defeat, Ross County. I don't know. I'm still confident with Ross. I think when you say I was slagging him, I think I was saying that I agree that he can maybe be a bit too defensive in the wrong moments.
I think that's just his style of play, though.
But yeah, I still I don't fully buy into that. I think we attack teams when we need to. For example,
Yeah, like against us, so open. The game was so open when you played us.
Yeah,
I was actually nervous for a while on how open a game that was because we're used to playing dominating games and then obviously getting on the wings. But then credit to you and the way you set up, you made that game really open.
Yeah,
same as Celtic as well. It was really open that game as well.
Yeah, I don't fully buy into the defensive thing. I think he plays defensive when he feels like he needs to. Like he'll adapt the system, and I think that's what a lot of Hibs fans kind of don't like about it. Like they don't like the uncertainty. They want to know how we're playing. They want to know that we have a set philosophy and stick to one. Especially, I know under Heckenbottom, our philosophy was just play 3 attacking midfielders, have no defense. But under Lennon, I mean, even under Stubbs, I mean, for years our philosophy was attack, attack, attack. And I guess we kind of don't want to become an Aberdeen, a team that just defends, 1-0 leads all the time. But I like the idea that we can have a very versatile squad. So yeah, for now, I guess I'm quite behind Ross as long as he improves the Derby record. That's definitely something that could improve. But yeah,
we'll see about that next time. There is a derby. I'm not sure entirely when that will be yet.
Might have to wait a while if the championship's called off. So
the championship is still going on at the moment. There is a game tomorrow night. So as far as we know, the championship is still going.
Yeah, they have Friday fixtures, So
yeah. So other interesting signings in the Premiership is Eamon Brophy going from Kilmarnock to St Mirren on loan, which I find is a weird one.
Yeah, that's definitely a weird one.
It's weird from the point of Eamon Brophy's kind of career. I mean, I think it was only in the summer he was linked with teams down in England, and now he's. I think from his point of view, he wants to get in that Scotland squad. I think he reckons he can start every week for St Mirren. So fair play, and as well, for them, it's a really decent signing. I mean, the last time we played them, they were very good in all areas of the pitch. I mean, they were really battling. They have a good midfield. That Erahon, he seems like a quality wee player, but they just struggled to put the ball in the back of the net. So
then against us.
Yeah, I think it was Obika. He seems like a very physical player, but I think having Brophy, I think of Brophy as a decent finisher. Maybe not the most physical, but I don't know. He just always seemed to score against us under Steve Clarke. So, for St Mirren's point of view, a very good signing. So,
St Mirren have let one of their other players go. They've sent Junior Morais on loan to Boreham Wood, which for he's 24, 25. He's not an old player, but he's not a young player. Going on loan to, I think their National League team is quite strange. But he was getting game time for St Mirren, so. But I guess to let him and Brophy, they've got to let someone go.
Yeah, I don't think Morais was scoring too much for them. I feel like he was another one who was quite physical, but I'm not sure.
He's small, but he's kind of big, and he was quite physical. So I do see if he's not scoring, then he's not brought in for the job he's going to do as a striker.
Definitely. What about Rangers, Cal? Any news with signings?
No, not much, to be honest. There's been a few rumours, but then recently it's been called off, so it's not really just fake rumours, really. And then so there's a signing for what's the guy's name? I'll try and get it up. Just give me 2 wee seconds. Can't find his name. Coventry midfielder. There's been a few rumours going about on Twitter and on the Rangers news pages for Gustavo Hammer. Not can say that I've heard of him, but he's a Brazilian-born, 23-year-old. Moved from Dutch side PEC Zwolle last year, but it's been cut down. It's not true. So not much to report on the Rangers side of you.
I don't know how much like you're desperate for midfielders as well, really. So
no. I think our squad has got depth in it already. I don't think we really need to add much to the team. I'd probably take that Morelos' pal though, the Colombian striker who's 17 or 18-year-old. I would definitely take him.
Youth players can't be that bad because you can just kind of ship them out on loan for the rest. I would put him into under 21s anyway. I'll put him into the B squad for a while and then see how he grows from there. But it's not heard anything in a while about him, so nothing really to report on. And I don't think anyone's at the door yet. But I could possibly see the likes of Jordan Jones going on loan, and Edmondson. I could probably see him leaving possibly the end of the season, or if not, really end of this transfer window. There's not much to report on, to be honest.
Is there any chance of kind of strengthening the squad before the Europa League knockout games come along?
It depends who comes back. If we had Ryan Jack's meant to be quite close, and the likes of Katic as well. There's been a photo leaked on, well, not really leaked. He posted on Instagram of his him training, and he's looking quite a big character. So I'm looking forward to Niko Katic coming back, and obviously the likes of Ryan Jack. Everyone knows his quality in the league. I'd like hopefully get him back for Antwerp, but if not, I think we've got a strong enough midfield to deal with their striking force. So we got the likes of Davis as well, who's experienced, and then Glenn Kamara, skillful, pacey, and then obviously likes of Rebo as well.
So there's different skill sets from the midfield, so you can kind of pick and choose.
Yeah, and obviously likes of Hadji out in the wide as well, and then Tavernier overlapping. It's not. I think we've got enough quality to get a result at Antwerp, because obviously they're a very good team. I think Champions League team previously, so it's going to be. Sorry.
Did they not win the Belgian Premier League, or am I mistaken? I don't know.
The Belgian League. Sure. No, I didn't think they won it, but I think they finished high up in it. I think they finished above.
I think I think so. If I'm not mistaken, I think they got promoted from the Championship a few seasons ago, or the second division, and obviously now they're in the Champions League. So
Europa League, yeah, and they had the group they were in against Spurs, Lask, and Ludogorets. They were predicted to finish bottom of that group, and they ended up finishing second. So they did do quite well in the group in Europe.
Yeah, it'll be tough.
Yeah, Antwerp are currently sitting 6th in the Belgian league, behind Anderlecht. Played 20, won 9.
They finished fourth last season, and then got through the qualifying rounds.
Yeah, finished fourth last season.
So yeah, definitely a tough game for Rangers.
It's
but
always going to be a tough game in the Europa League, especially. Antwerp's probably one of the middle ones that I would like. Not the easiest tie, not the hardest tie. So I think Rangers have enough quality to go and give it to Antwerp. But obviously, we know from Liège on how difficult and how physical the Belgian league is. And obviously, the likes of Kemar Roof knows exactly from playing at Anderlecht how physical the league is, and it's basically like our league. But obviously, it's going to be a bit more physical. So you got the likes of Club Brugge, who are dominant in the league, and then you've got a few other teams as well, like Anderlecht and all them. So it's going to be a really, really tough game for Rangers, but I hope we can go and deliver like we've done previously.
You've been very consistent in Europe, so
yeah.
You guys need to see if it continues. Yeah,
nothing better than Europa League nights, mate.
Aye.
Hopefully, you get it this season. I mean,
hopefully I can go if we get it.
Yeah, man, it's a brilliant experience to go away.
Yeah, I've only seen qualifiers, and it was the Asteras game 3-2. We were 2-0 down at halftime. 90th minute winner. You can't beat it. In Europe, I was in the famous 5-upper and just can't beat it. Honestly, one of my favourite Hibs games I've been to. So
the one thing I'm looking forward to, hopefully next season, is correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's 2 Champions League places next season.
Yeah, I think one of them might be automatic, but I'm not too sure.
I don't think. Well, it depends on obviously the coefficient. I think if we get 15th in the top 15th, I think we're sitting 16th right now in Scotland. So it's behind. I don't know who it is. I think it's
Turkey, maybe.
I think it's like Croatia or something. Could be. So if we get in 15th, then yeah, automatic place for the next season. But this season's only 2, if I'm correct. Like so 1 in second round, 1 first, or something. I'm not too sure.
So currently Scotland sitting 11th. I think it's top 10 that get an automatic.
Top 10, right? Okay, yeah, it must be top 10.
Behind Austria and Belgium.
Austria, yeah. I mean, it's still possible. We could go to the semi-final of the Europa League if we can, and then hopefully get a couple points on the board for Scotland, and then hopefully try and get off the Champions League groups.
It's always hard in Europe because I mean, it's kind of hard to gauge how far your team's going to go without knowing the draw, really. So
of course, yeah.
But to be honest, if the draw's favourable, I can see definitely Rangers getting to the semi-final.
Yeah,
I'm taking English team. I really would. I would love to see our likes against Spurs.
Oh yeah.
That'd be good.
What do you think about that, Sam?
Yes and no. Like it would be interesting to see in terms of as a Scottish football fan to see a Scottish team play an English team in kind of like the later rounds of the Europa League. But if Rangers seem as dominant as they are, in this league and then in Europa League as well, they would pose quite a danger for Spurs, who at the moment aren't really finishing games off. So
yeah, I think that would be brilliant. As I always want to see Scottish teams beating English teams. I mean, even when Aberdeen played Burnley, I was supporting Aberdeen for that.
I watched that game. I watched both games. Yeah.
Yeah, as much as it's Rangers, I think.
I think a lot of people will actually watch that in Scotland. Not even if whatever team you support, because there'll be a lot of views, especially down folk in England, will watch it as well.
It would just the pub league merchants would get shut up, wouldn't they? So,
like Farmers League.
My nan could play in that league. That would just be brilliant, wouldn't it? A Scottish team.
It would be good. But obviously, for the likes of our Europa League campaign, I wouldn't really want that tie to be favourable.
Yeah, no, definitely. So,
but I would take my likes up against it in the later rounds, definitely.
Maybe the final.
Possibly. I'm not saying nothing.
Some final. All right.
Well, I would say it's favourable for Rangers to be playing Antwerp, a Belgian team who are Belgium above them in the coefficient. If they get a result there to get through, it would be very good news. And especially Austria only have 1 representative as well, with Salzburg. It would be kind of hope that end up doing better.
It's just amazing since we came up and how changed the coefficient actually is.
Yeah.
Because you can't say the likes of Aberdeen have done well previously in Europe. They've not really done much. Celtic recently have not been done that well in Europe. Obviously, dropping out of the Champions League this season and then
The season
dropping out of the
before as
Europa
well.
League. Yeah, then dropping out of the Europa League as well. It's just I don't really know how the coefficient points work, and I'm sure it's in the later rounds you get 1 point per round. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but
I'm not too sure.
I'm not sure.
it's just amazing how much that's changed since we've came
And
up.
it's benefited the national team as well. I think
it's benefited the whole of Scottish football, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's likes of I think some teams get money. If depends how far you go in Europe. I think it's if you qualify, a certain portion goes to the rest of the teams in the league.
And that is definitely
So everyone benefits. Everyone benefits from it.
Yeah, it's definitely helped out with the national side, as Marcus said, because it is they'll be playing in their first tournament for 22 years in the summer, hopefully.
Buzzing.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Yeah. Sam, who will you be supporting for that game at Wembley?
Oh, I'd have to go England, but because for the other games against was it Czech Republic and Croatia, I'll support Scotland, and obviously if they go through, but I'll just have to be on the fence for the game at Wembley.
Aye. We'll have to see. I mean, well, Scotland, hoping the next step is a World Cup. So then for me, I've really got to think about if Scotland and Mexico are in the same group, then that would really split my family right down the middle. So
it's basically see Scotland game. It's going to be my house will mostly be England because obviously because my dad's from England. So I've grown up watching England, supporting England in the World Cups and stuff like that. So it's obviously it's good to see Scotland in it. It's really, really good to see Scotland in it, and likes of Ryan Jack doing well as well, and then all the likes of the other players as well.
Yeah, even never seeing Scotland get to a major tournament.
No, it's good. And it'll be good to get a rivalry as well in the group stage.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I think that draw was
right.
Yeah, right on the wall.
I know some Scotland fans that are overconfident against England.
But last time they faced each other was that 2-2 draw.
2-each draw, yeah.
World Cup qualifier, which was dramatic.
Oh,
yeah.
You could say that. It's like watching Hibs, give away the lead in the last minute. So, yeah.
That's like us in January previously.
Well, last January
and the January before that. Chucking it away that January. Well, hopefully, we've not chucked it yet, and it's January, so
we've still got
almost February.
A few more weeks of January to go, and then.
I know. But hopefully we can push this over the line this season.
We should look ahead to the games this weekend.
Yes.
Which there's quite a few on Saturday, and then just the one on Sunday. We've got Celtic versus Livingston, Hamilton versus Dundee United, Hibs versus Kilmarnock, Ross County versus Aberdeen, St Johnstone versus St Mirren, and on Sunday it's Motherwell versus Rangers.
So for the Celtic game, I think that's at Parkhead.
Yeah.
If we assume
again on Wednesday.
Yeah.
At Livingston.
So assuming Celtic field the same 11 that they did against us, which I don't think
they probably will.
Yeah, I don't think they've got much option. Maybe they could swap Harper out for Dembele, but I can see Celtic winning it. Like I said, even having a lack of a strike force up front, where maybe having to start Johnson or Harper or whoever, I still think they'll have too much for Livingston. Like
They've
I said,
strong home form as well, Celtic. So
the individual quality they have, I think, will be too much. Maybe Livingston could manage a draw. I think they have managed a draw at Parkhead before.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah, so I can see Celtic winning that, maybe 1-0. That's my prediction. But I think Livingston will beat them on the Wednesday at the Spaghetti Had. So
I quite like that one.
That's the secret the game at Livingston has go off, because that all-weather pitch doesn't really cope with all weather.
Yeah, we'll see that. So Yeah. What are some of the other fixtures then?
So we've got Hamilton versus Dundee
Hamilton
United.
Dundee.
Ooh, that's at the
That's at Hamilton,
Fountain of Youth.
the
the
fountain.
front. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Terrible name for a terrible stadium.
Kyle, I don't know if you've been, but the north stand there, the away stand, is called the Spice of Life North Stand.
Oh my god. What's going on?
So fitting for a club at Hamilton, but yeah, I can see that being 1-1 though. I think Dundee United they just seem to be drawing all these games against teams that are around their level. So yeah, maybe a 1-1. Hamilton, I don't think. Well, they look like they're on track to stay up again.
Again,
So
finish
uh,
10th or 11th again, and
yeah,
they'll stay
I
up.
can see this being the boring game of the weekend. So a 1-1. Maybe Shanklin picking up a goal because he seems to be, now that he's back from injury, seems to be. I mean, before I say anything else, what a goal! Like
Yeah,
I was watching that game and I could not believe it.
yeah, it's ridiculous.
Nah, so yeah, it looks like.
Which one's better though? Kemar Roofs in Europa League or that one?
Oh, maybe Roofs, just because I think he dribbled past a few
He
players,
dribbled past like 3 players, yeah.
but still, like I think for
Yeah,
the
what a goal.
that'll be the goal of the season probably for
Yeah,
the league, definitely. So
yeah.
unless Nizzy or Doyd, unless Doyd feels like he scores some interesting goals definitely. So we'll see, but yeah, like I said, 1-1 for that.
Kemar Roof will just do it from Alan McGregor's box.
From inside the goal.
He'll do a Mark Oxley.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
And talking of Deutsch and Mark Oxley, Hibs play Kilmarnock at home. It's in a game where it could go either way, especially with Hibs' home form not being the best.
Yeah, this could literally either be 2-0 Kilmarnock or 4-0. Like, Hibs are so unpredictable at home. I'm confident that we can start performing at home. It's just a matter of when. But I think if we're going to do it at one point, it needs to be starting this weekend, obviously, with the semi-final.
I definitely think you will win that because you come off have a sort of high confidence of not beating Celtic, drawing against Celtic at Celtic Park, which is a good result.
Yeah,
I think you will bring that confidence into the Kilmarnock game, and I think you'll beat Kilmarnock. I'll go 2-1 Hibs for that game.
I think 2-0.
The thing is, Kilmarnock have come up. They had a really poor December, but they've come back and they've got a couple of decent results, beating Motherwell and Hamilton.
Yeah.
So we'll just have to see how
Not that Motherwell is a big deal because they look like the out of form team at the moment. Really, I mean they're in a state, so I don't think they've got a bad squad as well. So we need to see if Alexander can turn it around. But yeah, I agree. I think we'll beat Kilmarnock 2-0. I'd like to see us keep a clean sheet. Hopefully Nizzy scores again. Doidge hasn't scored for a wee bit, so maybe him on the score sheet. Interesting to see if Irvin plays or if he's not going to be fit yet. Maybe if we wrap up Canada tomorrow if he plays. But yeah, 2-0. I hope it's a confident win and not one where me and my granddad are hiding, behind the sofa again watching it. So.
Oh man, I've been there, done that. It's horrible situation.
I think with Matt Macy's performance at Parkhead, I think he's kind of deserves a clean sheet. Obviously, didn't get one in midweek, but I think in this game against Kilmarnock, who are brophyless, I reckon it's a possibility.
Yeah, they still have threat though. Like Kilty, I think is a really good player. They've got Kabamba. Burke has already scored a wonder goal at Easter Road on the first day of the season. So yeah, they've got threats, but I think we've got enough to keep them out. Porteous and Hanlon they do have mistakes in them. But yeah, I don't know. I just have a feeling we'll keep a clean sheet. So yeah, we'll see how that goes.
And then another game on Saturday is Ross County versus Aberdeen. I reckon with Ross County bowl at the table, I reckon this game's only going one way.
Yeah, like I said though earlier, I think I don't know if we were already recording when I said to you guys, but remember I said Aberdeen, away they just kind of don't look as confident away from home. I have a feeling this will be a draw. I think John Hughes will keep County up. Or I don't know if that's me wanting to think so just because I love John Hughes, but I feeling he'll keep. I think it's going to be 1-1 actually, or 2-2 maybe.
Yeah,
But
I was thinking a draw for this one as well. I think it'll be one each.
would also suit Aberdeen dropping points if we beat Kelly. So, yeah.
And then the last game on Saturday is Battle of the Saints with St Johnstone playing St Mirren.
That'll be a really good game, I think. I think that'll be a really good game.
Yeah.
Both they sit at 8th and 9th. So it
Evenly
would
matched.
be.
Is that McDermott? Yeah.
Yeah, McDermott. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a tough one to call that. St Johnstone have been a weird team because for ages weren't they another team that had a 10-game unbeaten run.
Let me have a look.
I think they
They
were.
drew 2 each with Dundee United at Tannadice on Tuesday.
Yeah, I think they probably. I mean, from watching the game, I think they probably should have beaten United though. But if it wasn't for a wonder goal from Shanklin, but I don't know. I feel like
the 11-game unbeaten run, which included draws at Celtic, draws at Hibs.
Oh yeah, that was Kane that scored at Celtic Park. Yeah, I remember. And then they drew with us.
5-3 win over Hamilton as well. So.
Oh yeah, they're not a bad team, St Johnstone. I think Callum Davidson, sorry, he's done probably what the fans would expect. I mean, not necessarily pushing for top half, but not in the relegation. So I think that's where St Johnstone kind of are, just 6th, 7th, 8th kind of place. And what you said, they were 8th right now, right?
They're 9th right now. But they, and then St Mirren are 8th.
But yeah, I think this will be really tough.
I think St Mirren will scrape this a 1-0.
I was going to say the same. Actually,
St Mirren have done well this season so far. I think they're definitely an impressive team this season.
I think St Mirren's a better attack anyway. I think Jamie had Eamon Brophy if he starts. But
I was going to go with the 1-0 Brophy getting the goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the game
but yeah, it could look to swing either way, but I'll definitely be giving that a watch anyway.
Yeah, we'll see. Also, it'd be good for St Johnstone to go into the semi-final. Just having been beaten at home, low confidence.
The semi-final's now been rearranged, hasn't it?
No way, has it?
Well, it's coming up in here. It's been postponed, so I'm not too sure.
Oh dear, I've not seen this, so
I'm just gonna have a quick Google of that.
But yeah,
it kept on coming up that it was postponed. So,
well, this would be breaking news then. I don't know if they are.
Don't think it is, to be honest. It might just be saying that like what it said when you were playing Celtic, like they completely took off the bookie makers.
The Scottish Cup games are postponed, so our game,
the League Cup's still going ahead.
Yeah.
Okay.
For now, anyway, until one of our players catches COVID from Celtic, or shows symptoms from having caught it on Monday.
The thing is, I think they didn't call off the League Cup because both teams, all 4 teams are in the Premiership anyway.
Yeah.
So the Scottish Cup, you've got teams from all over.
But yeah, I hope, like I said, St Johnstone get beaten this Saturday. Low confidence throughout the week. They're waking up in the middle of the night having nightmares about Doige scoring a hat trick off his belly button or whatever. So yeah.
As well,
and that leads on the main event on the Sunday.
Yeah, Motherwell versus Rangers, 12 o'clock kickoff. This could be an interesting game.
I mean, from last time, it could definitely be interesting. Will Motherwell play a 10-men defence? Oh, we'll soon find out.
You didn't get Lewis in here because I know you were really waiting to.
Oh, I was waiting for it.
Yeah, or
probably set up like a 1-10 formation. Maybe might push 2 up top a wee bit. But I don't know. Obviously, Motherwell are at home, so that could change. Because obviously, I know a lot of teams do sit in at Ibrox, especially if they go 1-0 up. I think Motherwell will come out more, definitely. But they could also easily just change and then play the back 10. But Rangers are obviously on form currently. I mean, not lost this season. I think that will continue on Sunday. I will go for 2-0. I think Morelos will get 1, and I would like Kenty to get 1, or I would like even Kamara just to get a goal, but I don't think it will happen. But we need to get Tavernier up. If you want Nisbet to score this weekend, I think we need to get Tavernier to score this weekend as well.
Definitely. It's a shame Lewis couldn't be here, obviously, to give his insight in the Motherwell.
Yeah.
But I can't see anything like past the Rangers win, to be honest.
Yeah, I was going to say something like 3-0.
Yeah, I think Alexander, I don't know too much about him as a coach. I know he did well at Salford. So I don't know what his philosophy is when
they've got a new manager, haven't they?
Yeah, so I don't know what his philosophy will be when kind of coming up against the old firm, if he's going to go defensive, like Derek McInnes, or if he's going to go out attack. But probably more, definitely he'll want to test his players and see what they can do. So I think he'll probably try and set up defensive from the start and then maybe try and go at you second half, a bit like what Ross did against Celtic when he played at Easter Road.
Yeah. Where are Motherwell sitting? I'm sure they're sitting in the relegation zone, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they're 11.
Yeah, so they need points. So they need to come out eventually.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll come out against Rangers though.
At the moment, but
sitting 10th.
The way there's games in hand for everyone, it's kind of hard to tell what the actual standings are.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, I would say 2-0 Rangers for that one, and it's on Sky as well. So
I think
definitely be watching.
3-0 Rangers.
I think the new goalkeeper Motherwell, Liam Kelly, did put in a good performance against St Mirren at the weekend. So it'd be interesting to see if he keeps that up against those high-flying Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they could have signed any goalkeeper to improve on that. Chapman. I don't know if you've seen the highlights when they played Hamilton, but oh my god, the goals he conceded were ridiculous. Like, I don't know if you've seen the highlights either.
No, I haven't seen the highlights. Excuse me.
Well, I'd go and watch it. It's like what you love to see in Scottish football. Like, I don't know, just like the player shoots middle of the goal and the goalkeeper dives to one side of the goal and it like ricochets in off his ankle and all. I don't know, just ridiculous goals to concede. So no, Liam Kelly's a good goalkeeper though, definitely.
Yeah, he's a really good goalkeeper. I've seen him in the lower in the Rangers B team. He's a good keeper, and I've seen him a few times as well. He's a good goalkeeper, definitely.
But yeah,
it's just a shame that obviously Rangers have got. Well, they need a goalkeeper that's reliable, and obviously Liam Kelly's still quite young as he is. So I'm actually quite ashamed that he didn't get a chance at Rangers, really, because he's a really good goalkeeper. When he was at Livingston as well, when he played us, he had a really good performance against us last season. So it's a shame he didn't get a chance, but yeah, he's definitely a good goalkeeper.
Yeah, it would have been hard for him to break into the squad with like McGregor, McLaughlin, and now like.
We had Anik as well last season.
Oh yeah, he was actually turned out to be decent at St Mirren.
Yeah. Well, no, I think it's just Rangers are completely like a different team. Like you need to perform every single week in, week out.
What's your opinion on Robbie McCrory, by the way? Like, how far up the pecking order is he, do you think?
I think, obviously, Rangers are trying to sign, was it Wright, Scott Wright from Aberdeen? And there's been talks of McCrory going up there. He's going up there permanently anyway, but I think that Rangers will need to lower the deal. Derek McInnes has been said like Rangers need to lower the deal on McCrory, so less money for McCrory if we get Scott Wright.
So,
but again, Scott Wright is out of contract, I think, in the end of the season. But it depends if Gerrard wants him in the January transfer. And we pay money for him, pay out the rest of his contract, or
just wait
we'll wait till the end of the season. Yeah, but again, end of the summer, players could leave. It all depends on obviously at the end of the season, players could leave, move on. So it depends if we want Scott Wright now or if we want him to wait the end of the season. Depends on his form as well at Aberdeen if it declines. It's a risk to take, but I think I trust Gerrard and his signings have been pretty good so far. So,
do you think this is or is this Robbie McCrory or Ross McCrory?
Ross McCrory.
Oh, yeah, I was saying, yeah,
too many of them. Talking about Robbie.
I was thinking Robbie, like for the pecking order for the goalkeeping spot. I don't know. Actually, is he on loan right now, or?
I think he is. Yeah, I think he's on loan.
Oh.
Yeah, so he's still got tied down to Rangers.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's check that for you.
I don't know how good he was at Livy. I think he made a few mistakes in quite a few games.
Yeah, he's still on loan at Livy at the moment.
Yeah, still on loan. Yeah.
Oh, of course, I've got him in a fantasy team as well. I've just not checked it in ages. Yeah,
you better go on it because I'm flying top right now.
I know you're flying top.
I'm like 1,000 points in front.
I think I've still got Julian in my starting.
No.
Yeah, no. So
And you've still got like Edward as well in it, I think.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. The only saving grace in that squad is I've got Kevin Nisbet, but apart from that, I've just got.
I'll tell you my team. My team's pretty. I probably need to change it for this week anyway. I don't think I've updated it. I've got. So I need to take that out. Marciano in goals.
Well,
I've got
he's been in
back
there for a
three.
while.
Back three of Tavernier, Ayer, and Barisic, and then midfield 4 of Burke, Newell, Turnbull, and Kent. Up front is Nisbet, Roof, and Boyle. That's my team.
Hibs and
It's
Rangers.
a very solid team. Hibs, Rangers, and then a couple Celtic players. Yeah, and then one Kilmarnock. Good wee team though. To be fair, if we joined teams, be a very good team.
Yeah, especially with Tavernier, that's got to give you a lot of points.
Oh, I was giving me a lot of points. Yeah. I put him as captain as well. Oh, double. Even better. I don't know how you're doing on it right now, Marcus.
I'm either bottom or second bottom. I don't know.
I don't think you're bottom because Nathan's absolutely terrible.
Yeah, because he would have been a ton of Celtic players.
You're sitting 4th, mate. Ewan's overtook Keith, but I'm like 1,200 points ahead. So.
Oh yeah.
I'm sitting on 3,781. Ewan's is 2,256, and you're sitting on 1,862. So you've got a bit of catching up to do, mate.
I'm sure all the viewers or the listeners will want updates in these figures.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do updates in the. I haven't
Join the league. Join the
not
league.
into it, I haven't even got a Scottish fantasy team, but
Oh well, for next season.
for next season,
Yeah,
definitely,
next season, mate.
Need a pod league.
No, just a farmers league fantasy.
Pub league.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Thanks guys for coming. Thank you all for listening. You can listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and Podbean, as well as our website false90s.wordpress.com. And for updates, follow False 90s on Twitter and Instagram. So thanks guys for coming, and goodbye.